Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your bonus reading for you and the person that you are dealing with. So this isn't necessarily going to be a romantic reading, although for many of you it will be, because we deal with all kinds of people for all kinds of different reasons. So let's see what comes out in the cards. So we have the Eight of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. So with the Five of Pentacles showing up as your central energy, it does feel like you are not speaking with this person, that perhaps you've both sort of went in different directions, that you both just are feeling on the outs with each other. And that's a mutual feeling. You're showing up as this Eight of Wands. So it's telling me that you're motivated about something, that there is something that you still perhaps would like to do with this person. Maybe you feel like this was a premature ending, or maybe there was a fight and you're just not talking to each other. You could just be icing each other out right now. But it looks like you still have at least some desire to try to make amends with this person. The other person is showing up as someone who is a very either young energy. So this could be a child, this could be your child, or this could simply be someone who was inexperienced with whatever happened, and that perhaps they might have learned a lesson, is what's really coming through. Is that whoever you're dealing with, now that you're not talking to each other, it feels like they really learned something from that. So perhaps there was a spiritual lesson involved. Perhaps they were the reason why you two aren't talking, and now there's knowing that they were the one who screwed up. So, but let's see. I'd like to clarify this Five of Pentacles. So we're getting the Knight of Pentacles. It does feel like there's a reliability between the two of you, that whatever the relationship is. So to go back to using the example that maybe it's a child, a family member, that there's a history behind you. There's a lot of experience behind this relationship, in the sense that you both have put in a lot of effort, a lot of dedication. You've really shown your loyalty towards each other, whatever the situation is. So it does give this feeling that you're icing each other out, but it might be temporary. But let's see. Why is the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles here? So there's the King of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. So we are seeing, because we're seeing the Knight and the King of Pentacles here, I do believe there is a solid and strong history, commitment, loyalty between the two of you. So again, if this is a family member, it's those family ties. If this is a love interest with the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, it tells me there's a big history here between the two of you. Far too much grounded Pentacles energy for a fight to simply rock your core. But we are seeing you show up as the King of Cups, and your person is showing up as the Queen of Swords. So again, it feels like you are approaching this situation with a lot of love, with an open heart, with an openness to re-engage in a positive, more motivated way. But your person is showing up as the Queen of Swords, which again is confirming so far this idea that perhaps your person said something that they didn't mean. They had a sharp tongue about something, and so it caused you to ice each other out for a while. This person looks like they really said something. And I think they're sitting in their own corner right now, wishing they hadn't said that. They really learned something from this exchange, but you're still open to it. Again, there's such a rock solid foundation between the two of you that it feels like one little, not little, because it does look like what they said was pretty upsetting, but not to allow one altercation, one argument, whatever that was for you, to rock your foundation. It's too strong for that. And I just saw 444 as I said that. So, but this Page of Pentacles is being clarified by the 10 of Cups. Yes, this is someone who feels terrible for what they have done. They love you more than anything on earth. If this is your child and you got into a fight with your child, family member, co-worker, lover, make it make sense for you. But this is someone who has so much love for you and feels terrible for what they said. So let's see. Why is the Page of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups here? So there's the 5 of Cups, the Moon, and the High Priestess. So this is confirming a lot of what I was already picking up. Your person is very aware that they are the one who messed up. There's something that happened here with this 5 of Cups pointing towards the relationship. They deeply regret whatever was said, whatever was done to have this split between the two of you. I think that they are awakening to the fact that there's something here that triggers them with the Moon. There's something about you that makes them sort of face their own fears. So if you're dealing with maybe a fearful person, if this is a child, it could be an anxious child, it could be just an anxious person. But I think they really do understand that even though you might have triggered them in this situation, that they know that they were in the wrong. They were the one who said what they said, and now they're regretting it because you can't take it back. So it's created this distance between the two of you. So the 8 of Wands is being clarified by the King of Pentacles. So we have the King of Pentacles showing up here again. And it's not really that surprising. All this Pentacles energy is you, Capricorn. You are the King of Pentacles. So it feels like you know in your own grounded and steady and stable and loyal way, the King of Pentacles is the family man, which is you. So you know that you're steady enough, you're confident enough in yourself to know that this person said some things that they really shouldn't have said, but you're still open to hearing them out now and seeing what's going to happen next. So why is the 8 of Wands and the King of Pentacles here? So there's Temperance, there's the 9 of Wands, and there's the 4 of Swords. Yeah, I think you're feeling like you got pretty beat up in this situation. Whatever was said was certainly unfair, and you feel that. You're the King of Cups. You're the King of Pentacles. You are the last person on earth who deserves to get kicked around, but you did. You got kicked around. This 4 of Swords here is saying that you actually like the fact that there's a timeout right now, that you're separated from each other in whatever way that is, because it's giving you a chance to just breathe and gain your balance, get your footing back with this Temperance card to really sort of make sure that your patience is in check, that you don't in turn go and say something that you don't mean, although I don't see that here. But I do see that you're exhausted and you need some rest from the situation. So this timeout that you've put each other in, you're really taking advantage of just recovering from whatever was said. And again, gaining this idea of balance and trying to just get yourself back into balance. While your person is really ruminating on the fact that they know that they were the one who really messed up here. So, but the loyalty still lies between the two of you. The King of Pentacles is being clarified by this 9 of Wands. So we have the 9 of Wands showing up again. So this 9 of Wands is really saying that you both feel a little bit battle wounded right now. You're both feeling it because your person was triggered. Your person didn't just pick a fight out of nowhere. So I think you're both feeling pretty exhausted, but you also know that the two of you have so much history that it's going to recover is what I'm getting. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the 10 of Swords. You both want to put an end to this fight. You both want it to end. Your person is showing up as someone who's probably going to come towards you and say that they're sorry. And because you're sitting here as the Queen of Cups, you are 100% going to be receptive to their apology. And whatever all this was, you're putting a final end to it. You're saying, okay, that was not cool what happened, but we love each other. There's so much love. There's so much loyalty. And your person is really showing up as someone who wants to help out and help to fix the situation. So, but they are getting this in intuitive ways. This is it feels like you're dealing with, again, someone who has a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, maybe some anxiety. So the High Priestess is being clarified by Temperance. You have the Temperance card too. So you're both trying to balance these energies out. You're both coming towards each other with a very common type of energy. It seems like you have a lot in common and you're dealing with it in a very similar way. You could be dealing with another earth sign because I'm seeing so many pentacles here, although you do not have to be. But you're approaching this in a very similar way, which is again giving me a lot of hope about this situation. So why is the High Priestess and Temperance here? So there's the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Death card. I think your person understands where they need to change, and they want to change. They want to have more of a handle on their emotions with the Ace of Cups. They want to be able to feel their emotions in a more productive and maybe mature way, which might be why they showed up as a Page of Pentacles, because they might be a bit on the immature side, maybe when it comes to emotions. But they do understand that this is a problem, and they do have this very strong interest in changing their approach. And with this 10 of Pentacles pointing towards the relationship, again, there's this feeling of loyalty, dedication, and just wanting to fix this and make this better and move from all these emotions back into the solid earth energy, the stable, the history, the legacy, the whatever you've built together. They want to get out of these emotions and back into the practicality of the situation. So, but you have 4 swords here. You're recovering, you're resting, you're trying to gain your balance. You're still like, oh my gosh, why did they give me a gut punch like that? So your 4 of Swords is being clarified by the 6 of Cups, which I love. Because as you're sitting in your time out and recovering, you're also missing your person. You're saying, I wish we weren't fighting right now because it's so much more fun when we're together. And right now we're sitting in our opposite corners, not talking to each other. So why is this 4 of Swords and 6 of Cups here? So there's the Knight of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. So you know that you have a choice to make here. You know that you can choose to forgive this person or not. You can choose to move this forward, or you can choose to keep pushing towards an energy to them that you want to be by yourself right now. Maybe you walked away when this person said what they said, and you're maybe trying to get their attention even a little bit by ignoring them, is kind of what's coming through here, which is your prerogative, of course. But if you really are missing them, then it's better to just let them know that when they come in to make their apology, which it really looks like they're going to do, then I would say just move forward from that point. They understand what they did. I feel like they feel so bad that no matter what you say to them, they've already said it to themselves. There's nothing you can really say to this person to make them feel worse than they already do. They have the 5 of Cups pointing right at your relationship. So this seems pretty straightforward, but let's get you some advice just to wrap this up. We've got the 5 of Pentacles again. This is saying this is such a short-lived thing. This is going to be over before it started. This feels very temporary. I think it's safe for you to take this person back. They have learned from what they said. They would like to change. Again, though, you have free will. Sometimes people do things that they can't come back from. But it looks like you want them back. They feel terrible. But let's see what the universe has. There's the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Wands, and the Sun card, which I'm going to turn over for guidelines. But the Sun card showing up as the central energy is certainly saying that the two of you are so much happier when you are together, that you are each other's favorite person on earth. You fill each of each other's wishes. You just make each other so extremely happy with the Sun, and that whatever happened has been such a burden for both of you, that you're better together than apart. So kiss and make up is what I would say to that. If this is a child, a family member, a lover, whoever this is, you're going to be better than ever. There's so much loyalty and stability between you in this relationship that it's well worth it to try to put this behind you and move forward. So there you go, Capricorn. That is your bonus reading. Please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we'll do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.